On May 10th, 2024, Eddie Kingston revealed that he tore his ACL during a match at New Japan Resurgence. On July 10th, 2024, Samoa Joe was injured during a match at Blood and Guts. On July 20th, 2024, Sky Blue suffered a broken ankle on AEW Collision. I could go on and on. The AEW injury list is a mile long. Hardly a week goes by without another disheartening injury headline. The infirmary doors at AEW seem to be revolving faster than a lucha libre tornado. The frequency of injuries in the promotion has reached a point where it's no longer a surprising occurrence. So what's going on here? Why does AEW have so many people getting injured frequently? The answer will surprise you. But for everything to make sense, we have to talk about the beginning. When AEW was founded in 2019, it faced a huge challenge, competing with WWE, an established industry giant. But it had a plan, a strategy to compete with WWE and capitalize on growing fan dissatisfaction. Under Vince McMahon, WWE's product was seen as stale, predictable, and out of touch. This created an ideal opportunity for AEW to exploit that weakness. AEW's approach was to offer something different, a promotion for the people. One of the major criticisms leveled against WWE at that time was its shift towards sports entertainment, rather than focusing on actual wrestling. The company had firmly embraced the sports entertainment label, prioritizing spectacle and drama. AEW capitalized on this dissatisfaction by promising to be the premier destination for wrestling fans who wanted authentic in-ring action, and their roster of incredible talent allowed them to deliver on that promise. This strategy was highly effective, establishing AEW as a fresh, fan-focused promotion that prioritized actual wrestling. They were seen as the future of the industry. But little did Tony Khan know that he had thrown a boomerang. The very force that propelled it forward would ultimately bring it back to strike him. Tony Khan overlooked one key problem in his original plan, a problem he's now starting to recognize. AEW staked its reputation on prioritizing in-ring action above all else, a strategy that, as he's now discovering, is a precarious tightrope walk when it comes to maintaining a healthy and safe roster. Let me explain. From its inception, AEW's core identity has been, "We are the best wrestling promotion." This focus on in-ring competition made perfect sense. Wrestling fans tune in to see wrestling. However, this very emphasis became a critical turning point. As a new promotion differentiating itself from sports entertainment giants, AEW seemingly fostered a culture where its wrestlers felt compelled to constantly escalate the intensity of their matches, pushing the boundaries of match structure, stipulations, and in-ring style to increasingly dangerous levels. In simple words, AEW seemingly opened a Pandora's box of extreme wrestling, unleashing a trend that, while initially thrilling, has become increasingly difficult to control and contain. It's as if they're playing a dangerous game of one-upmanship, each match raising the stakes higher, often with disastrous consequences and someone getting hurt. Whether intentional or not, I don't know. I think Tony put a lot of pressure on wrestlers to perform extremely dangerous moves more frequently to get that crowd reaction and to maintain AEW's image as a wrestling show for wrestling fans. A good example of this is the Matt Hardy versus Sammy Guevara Broken Rules match from 2020. Matt Hardy got concussed during the match, and the match continued.
Oh, wow.
The fallout from this incident was swift and severe, with a chorus of wrestling fans branding AEW as unsafe. The company's decision to allow the match to continue, despite Matt Hardy's clearly compromised state after that devastating spear, remains a source of intense scrutiny. Of course, it's important to acknowledge that professional wrestling, by its very nature, is a physically demanding and inherently risky form of entertainment. The athletic feats performed, from high-flying maneuvers to impactful slams, carry a significant risk of injury. Wrestlers across all promotions, from independent circuits to major companies, face the possibility of getting hurt. Sprains, strains, tears, and even more serious injuries are an unfortunate reality of the business, and no promotion is immune. Injuries are an accepted, albeit unwelcome, part of the wrestling landscape. However, the sheer volume and frequency of injuries in AEW is concerning. It's not simply a matter of acknowledging the inherent risks of the sport. The frequency with which AEW wrestlers are injured suggests a deeper issue, and I believe it stems from the company's philosophy of positioning itself as a top-tier wrestling promotion, emphasizing exciting, high-octane action. While this approach has undoubtedly drawn fans and created memorable moments, it also has inadvertently created a culture where wrestlers feel pressured to take greater risks. I believe wrestlers may fear being seen as less exciting or less valuable if they don't incorporate high-risk maneuvers into their matches. In the age of social media, viral moments can significantly boost a wrestler's profile. High-risk spots are often more likely to generate these viral moments, creating an incentive for wrestlers to perform them. When surrounded by performers consistently pushing the boundaries, there can be a sense of needing to keep up or outdo others. With a large and talented roster that is still growing, competition for television time and prominent storylines is fierce. Wrestlers may feel that performing high-risk moves is a way to distinguish themselves and secure a better spot. However, this is not to say that being a great wrestler who performs amazing, innovative moves is inherently bad. Quite the opposite, that style can be incredibly exciting and appreciated. The issue is not the existence of high-flying or impactful wrestling, but rather the frequency and context in which these moves are used. A more mindful approach, where such moves are used strategically to enhance storylines and match psychology rather than as a constant display of athleticism, can preserve the excitement and artistry of that style while significantly reducing the risk of injury. It's about finding a balance between spectacular moments and long-term health, ensuring that wrestlers can have long and fulfilling careers without sacrificing the thrill of impactful wrestling. To improve wrestler safety, AEW should prioritize storytelling and character development as much as, or even more than, high-risk moves. They should highlight wrestlers who use safer styles like technical wrestling and grappling. This focus on characters and storylines lessens the need for risky moves to get attention. Open communication between management, trainers, and wrestlers is essential, so wrestlers feel comfortable voicing concerns about dangerous moves or pressure to perform them. Finally, AEW should provide strong support for injured wrestlers, both physically and mentally. AEW has safety measures, but they could be improved to prevent injuries. This means stricter enforcement of existing rules and better pre-match checks, potentially including limits on dangerous moves or requiring more training for them. Focusing on longer storylines and character development can also help by reducing the pressure on wrestlers to perform risky moves in every match to create instant classics. When wrestlers feel secure in their position within AEW, they're less likely to take unnecessary risks. By making these changes, AEW can create a safer and more sustainable environment for its wrestlers without sacrificing exciting and entertaining matches. The key is balancing thrilling action with the long-term health and well-being of its performers. Join the conversation and let me know what you think in the comments below, and check out the video on your screen now for more Curiosity Thread wrestling content.